Well, that's an interesting question, Christian. And I think I would have to say it depends on the direction that you're oriented in. It has the ability to be the ultimate blessing and help us. Now we have more access to technology than ever. That puts information at our fingertips at almost the touch of a button. Anything you could ask for, and then we're so technologically advanced now that we don't even have to type something in. We can just ask our device, voice activated, "What is this?" or "What do you think about this?" or "What's the statistics on this?" Right? And we can get that information in ways that can profoundly help us and heal us and give us insight and connect us and provide resources and all of those things. But we also have to recognize that there's a dark side to this as well. And so there are places and spaces where people become radicalized, where they receive misinformation, where they operate in silos that are unhealthy, that breed dysfunction, conspiracy, paranoia, that actually drive us to segregate us into more polarized places and spaces. And especially for children who have not really had the full psychological or physiological development of their brains, it's very hard to decipher what's true and what's not true, what's real and what's not real. And sometimes that can be not just emotionally dangerous for them or psychologically dangerous, but physically dangerous as well. And I can give you a great example because when you were introducing me, you mentioned the fact that I have 7 children, and that's not a typo. I actually have 7 children. And my children are 25, 20, 17, 12, 10, oh, excuse me, she just had a birthday, let me not do that, 11, 6, and 4, okay? And the interesting thing about this is to watch them developmentally grow through technology, and each of them have their own personalities, their own relationship with online. But I will say the most impressionable of all of my children right now, the child that I worry about the most, is my 6-year-old, because he absolutely is a daredevil. He absolutely loves YouTube. He absolutely loves being afraid and frightened. And what he does not have the physiological ability to discern is what is real and what's not. And so he will see some of these people, if I'm not careful about his content, he will see people doing things that he doesn't realize have edits to it. I'll give you a great example. So the other day, he was watching a guy at a skate park do these really daring flips on his skateboard. And what he did not see was a few videos later, the guy says, the top of my head on this video is actually not real. Because if you watch what really happened, I took my helmet and I put this green tape over it in order to use it as a green screen to then crop that later on because I wanted to look cool doing these videos. And so
Hmm.
my 6-year-old had no way of discerning that the videos were not real or that they were edited. And so as soon as he saw this, the first thing that he does is go, "I want to do that with my four-wheeler too." And when I saw him attempting to do this and I'm going, "Son, where's your helmet?" He said, "I don't want a helmet. I wanna do it like he did it." And I said, "You wanna do what? Like who?" And when he showed me the video, I was like, "This is exactly what I'm talking about." And he has had these moments just in the last year where now he'll start to go, "Mom, is that real or not? Did he really cut his finger off? Did he really burn himself? Did he really blow that up?" Like different kinds of things. And I'll have to say, "No, honey, that is what technology is able to do." And so it's a very interesting thing because a lot of our children, unfortunately, are having more and more screen time. They're having more and more unattended access, especially with all the stress and everything that's going on. Parents nowadays are under more stress to just make ends meet than ever. And it's really easy to kind of put a device in your kid's hand, sometimes even if they're sitting right next to you, and you totally be unaware of what they're looking at. You hand them your cell phone while you're just trying to get this email done for the office, and you don't realize that they've scrolled somewhere and they've clicked through to the next thing. And it is just something that is psychologically damaging because if they're not having conversations with you and you're not having conversations with them, you don't even realize what they're absorbing and giving their own meaning to. And oftentimes it may be the wrong meaning because they can't properly contextualize, but they carry that with them over their lifetime. So we've really got to be careful and we've really got to be thinking about the benefits, but also the consequences of screen time and technology. And I won't even get into the amount of time that we're spending online. That is
Hmm.
really scary for most of us nowadays.